In our previous video, we showed ways of merging columns of data. Now let's consider a slightly different task and see how we can combine rows. Let's look at our first example. Each column has some records that take several rows, while I want them in one cell. As you know, trying to do this with the merge and center option will not work because we will lose all our data. So we can either work with formulas or an add-in. The quickest solution we can use is the Merge Cells add-in that our developers created for this purpose. I go to AbleBit's Data tab and click on the Merge Cells icon to run the tool. There are three settings we need. We choose to merge the cells column by column. You can see this hint to make sure you select the right option. Then we enter the delimiter for the values. It can be any character, but we'll select a line break here. We can also choose where to place the results, into the top or the bottom row. Of all the options below, I want to make sure it ignores blanks, clears the cells that we use for the merge, and wraps text. I will also choose to create a backup copy of my sheet, as you can't cancel the changes made by add-ins. Click Merge and bring all values from different rows together. You can do the same with the concatenate function. We'll need to use a helper row for the formula and enter equals concatenate, open brackets, add the first cell with the value, use commas to add a delimiter to it, and then add the second cell with the value, add the second delimiter with commas around, and the third cell. Once we enter the first formula, we can copy it to the right to apply it to all similar cells. The task gets a little trickier if you need to do it for every certain number of rows. So you need to get a row per record kind of table and bring together all the information that takes 3 lines. You may or may not have this first column, so we won't rely on it. It may sound like a simple task, but surprisingly there are no simple solutions. So what you can do is use an Excel formula in combination with an add-in. First, you need to create a helper column. What we'll do here is assign a unique number to each block of rows that we want to merge. If you have a header row, then enter the formula into the second cell in your new column. Equals int. This will let us get the nearest integers for the calculation results in brackets. Then we'll open the brackets again and write row to get our row number, and add the reference to our cell in brackets. Then we subtract 2 from our row number because we want to start counting from 0, and close brackets. Then we divide this number we get by the number of rows in each block. So as we want to merge every 3 rows, we use number 3. We copy the formula down, or simply double-click on the black cross in the bottom right corner of the cells, and as you can see, we get a unique number assigned to each block of rows. Now our add-in Combine Rows wizard can use this helper column to identify the same records and bring values in other columns together. Let's see how it works. We start the add-in from AbleBit's Data tab and follow 3 simple steps. First, we make sure the entire table is selected. On the second step, we pick the key column, which is the one with your formula. Then we choose the columns with the values we want to bring together and pick a delimiter, or enter a custom one. Here you go. Let's look at another example. When you have a table with several rows that refer to the same record, and I want to see one row per each account number that simply lists all books in one cell. You can use Combine Rows Wizard add-in in this case as well. We click on the icon to start it, choose the range with the table, select our key column, which is the account number in our case, and then we choose the columns with the data to combine. Pick a delimiter, and that's it. Depending on the way you need to merge your rows, you can work with the standard functions, use the add-ins, or combine both solutions. You can get 15% off our add-ins if you use the coupon code PREVIEW. Feel free to share your questions and comments if there is anything you'd like to clarify, and subscribe to our channel for more tips and tricks on Microsoft Excel.